everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's recipe, I'm making a healthy banana cookie pudding. Now, this is also gluten-free, and I was inspired to make it or recreate it to make it healthier recently when I went to a party and somebody brought this to share, and everybody seemed to really enjoy it. So I thought maybe I'd try and create it for you with less sugar and none of the other preservatives that you might get from a store-bought pudding. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm going to show you how I did it right after this. Let's go over our ingredients. Here we go. We'll need some bananas, right? So you want to use bananas that have those brown spots on them. These are bananas that are getting really ripe, and that just means that they're going to be really sweet, and that's what you want. We'll also need some cashews. I'm using raw cashews here, and what we're going to do with those is we are going to put them in a saucepan, cover them with some water, and boil them for about 20 minutes or until they get soft. You could also soak them for 4 to 6 hours, but I like that quicker version myself. We'll need some arrowroot and some milk. I'm going to combine the two, and that's going to also give our pudding a little more thickness. We'll need some heavy organic whipping cream, some milk. I used 1%. I'll also use some coconut oil, some vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, and for our topping, to finish off our pudding, we're gonna place some Pamela's butter shortbread cookies right on top. All right, guys, I'm gonna take the bananas and I want to intensify their sweetness a little bit. So I'm going to caramelize them in a frying pan with the coconut oil. So peel your bananas, and then I'm just gonna cut them in half. You don't need to cut them in really small pieces because this is gonna be going into the blender. So I just cut them in half. Just cut them in half again, and then these will lay nicely in your frying pan. All right, guys, I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil in my pan here. So I got my temperature here on medium, and I'll just start laying the bananas right in there. And like I said, this is going to just caramelize the sugars and really just heighten the sweetness of these bananas. And that's how we get away with not having to add any extra sugar to this. So we're just going to cook these for a little bit until they soften up. They're going to get real soft, and they might even get a little golden brown. So after about 5 or 6 minutes or so, you can see we flipped the bananas over. They're getting super soft, and they've turned a little golden brown, and we're pretty much ready to just turn the heat off and just let those set aside. Now in the meantime, our cashews are still cooking over here. They're simmering, and they are done. So what we want to do with these is I'm going to pour them through a little strainer here and just strain out the water so they can cool down enough and we can put them in the blender. All right, guys, now we're ready to start putting things in our blender. This is a super easy recipe. So the cashews that we softened up are going in first. I'm going to put the bananas and all the oil that's in the pan, so we'll just pour it all right into our blender. Next goes our milk. Our vanilla extract, I'm just going to pour in about ½ teaspoon and a pinch of salt. And we're just going to blend that up. All right, so once you get your mixture nice and creamy, those cashews are completely blended, and this is like just creamy smooth, it's time to add the heavy whipping cream. So we'll pour that in and blend this up for about 30 seconds to a minute. So we'll go ahead and pour this into our saucepan here. So before we head over to the stove, we want to take our arrowroot and the milk that I have right here, and we're going to combine the two together so we can add it to our pudding, and this will help ensure that it thickens up and stays thick. All right, guys, I'm putting the temperature on our pudding mix here medium low. I don't want this too high, I don't want it to burn. All right, once this starts getting warmed up, it's time to add the arrowroot mixture. So make sure it's well blended, and it is, and we're just gonna pour it right in here. And we're just gonna cook this until you see that it starts to thicken up. So just keep stirring it. You don't wanna walk away from this, you wanna just keep moving it around. Shouldn't take more than a minute or so. All right, I'm going to stop with that. I'm going to turn off the heat, let this cool a little bit, and then we'll transfer it to another bowl and we'll chill it down in the fridge. Now everybody, you want to make sure that you put your pudding in the refrigerator to chill and really firm up for at least 4 hours. So that's what I did. And then you can put it together in your little dish, and I'm going to show you that right now. So we want to start with our bananas. I'm just going to take mine and cut them into little coins. And we're just going to place them on the bottom of our dish. And I like cutting them into coins. You can cut them into any shape you want, but it just seems to work well when you're serving it up. I think coins are a good choice. Now I'm going to spoon the pudding on top of this. You can see how nice and creamy this is, and you can serve this up right away if you like, or you can put it back in the fridge again and just keep it cold until you're ready to serve. It's the kind of dessert you're going to want to, consume within, 2 days, I would say, just because bananas are so perishable. The last thing we have to do for this is to put our shortbread cookies on top. Now you want to wait to do that until you're ready to serve, because otherwise they can get soggy. Let's say you're going to, serve it in a couple hours. Don't put the cookies on until the last minute. You can get all this ready, but hold off on those. All right, so then we'll just place these on here. And if you're watching right now, you can probably see that one of my cookies doesn't match. And there's a reason for that. Somebody ate one of the cookies, okay? And I'm not saying a word about who that might be. Just know that it happened. Any guesses? You can leave it in the comments below. Can't say I'll tell you who it was, but you can guess. So just set those on top, and you got this very nice looking dessert that really is delicious, and it's good for you. All right, guys, have a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I'm going to go ahead and serve it up a piece, and I'm going to take the cookie that looks a little bit, different, because people are going to be talking about it. Super creamy, guys. I don't even taste the cashews. They just give it a nice creaminess. The banana flavor definitely comes through. I mean, we know there's plenty of bananas in there, right? And I think it's just a great combination. I hope you guys will try this. You'll really enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please share it. And of course, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And if you have any requests for me, leave them down below in the comments. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I've got a button up there. Click that, and you'll be notified every week when a new video comes out. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. For our topping for our pudding, I purchased some Pamela's butter sour bread.